Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce myself. My name is Manafita Asri. I come from Ar-Radul Hasana, Medan, North Sumatra. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahil mursalin. Allahumma shalli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Hi guys. If you are asked by a question, what are you going to answer? The question is, what is the main problem that can destroy a country? Many people argue that politics, technology, economics, or poverty are the main problems that can destroy a country. But Professor Sheikh Dr. Muhammad Nakib Alatas, a Malaysian Muslim scholar and philosopher, argued the problems lies at something more basic. Do you know what is it? This is the problem of knowledge. The problem of knowledge which must be understood and recognized well in order to solve any problems. Problems of knowledge, problem of education, society, economics, society, and all the problems that we suffer today. So, according to him, nowadays, Ummah Islam has lost adab in knowledge, whether in seeking, teaching, practicing, or developing it. So, this is the serious internal causes which is mentioned as loss of adab. Professor Sheikh Muhammad Nakib Alatas said in his book Aims and Objectives of Islamic Education, page 1 said, loss of adab means loss of discipline, loss of body, mind, soul, and discipline that assures the recognition and acknowledgement of one's proper place in relation to oneself, society, and community. The recognition and acknowledgement of one's proper place in relation to one's physical, intellectual, and spiritual capacities and potentials. The recognition and acknowledgement of the fact that knowledge and meaning are ordered hierarchically. Okay, loss of adab is the most basic crisis we suffer today. So, we must find out the solution so we can apply it in Muslim life. The process of inculcation of adab, it is defined as ta'dib. The main education in Islam is the process of inculcation of adab in Muslims' body, mind, and soul. Loss of adab that occurs in knowledge implies the condition of ummah seriously. Why? Because knowledge serves as a guide of doing amal. The purpose of seeking knowledge in Islam is to inculcate justice or goodness in man as a man and individual self. The aim of education in Islam is therefore to produce a good man. Education is not only transferring knowledge or information from one to another, but more important than it, education must have an impact on changing attitudes and behavior. Of course, the right behavior comes from the right knowledge. So, producing a good man through the process of inculcating adab in a Muslim is the essence of education, and that should be the main focus of the Muslim struggle. Superior human research is the key to successful change for better condition. The struggle to run various Islamic institutions which are managed by unqualified or uncivilized human will be totally veiled and waste. For this reason, the phenomenal success of the Prophet's da'wah is to create the best generation. This generation was able to continue his da'wah successfully in various fields of life, including the fields of states, politics, economics, society, and education. And this generation, we know it as Sahaba generation. Then, how did actually Rasulullah SAW educate Sahaba? What made Umar bin Khattab, one who hostile to Islam, become very faithful in accompanying Rasulullah wherever and whenever he did da'wah? Then, how could Talha protect Rasulullah, who was already in such a desperate state that he received 70 wounds from a sword, spear stab, and a rope? Then his wrist cut off finally fell and shahid. What did persuade Usman bin Affan? He even once bought a very clear and clean well, and then it was donated as wakaf for the benefit of Ummah. He also expanded the masjid in Medina and donated 1,000 camels, 1,000 dirhams, and 70 horses for the Tabuk war. Is there something Rasulullah did and we aren't now? What did he do for the great result? So, the answer is Qudwa Hasanah. Right and good role model. We all believe that Rasulullah is Qudwa Hasanah for all people in this world in any ages and any places. He not only taught the knowledge but also did what he taught consistently. That's the key of success education. Rasulullah has successfully reached the aim of education in Islam. It is producing insan adabi, or good man. Man who has justice or adil in himself, which impacts justice for others. Briefly, we mean justice here as the stage whereby things are in the correct or in the proper places, where there is harmony. Now guys, I would like to tell you the main points of my speech. First, there are no problems that are not caused by a certain reason. To solve a problem, we must know root of the problems, because understanding the reason is half of the success in finding a solution. As in the science of war, we must know who our opponents are, where the power lies and the weakness, what are their tricks to defeat us, how they attack, and so on. That will guide us to be more in shape to understand our deen Islam. Second, what we need to realize is Islam does not wear, does not disappear its light, and there is no diminished ability to be God of light for all mankind in any ages. Another most important thing is Allah has sent His very great messenger to this earth. He sent us a great and most perfect person, and we are blessed become His Ummah. He is Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. He is the central of role model who always become Qudwa Hasanah for all people in this world. Third, it is a chronic disease that causes the decline and destruction of Muslims. That is the lack of knowledge. The science of Islam as a whole. Wrong knowledge leads to wrong action. Wrong action leads to loss of adab. Adab is not only about someone's manner, but adab is when someone can put something in the proper or the correct place. From the right knowledge, one can act the right action. That is when adab applies. And Professor Al-Atas formulated the concept of education in Islam as ta'dib. And then the fourth is the actualization from ta'dib. Let's, all of us, we must take our contribution. We have not only to teach, but to educate all people by doing what we teach. Become Qudwa Hasanah for all people. Because when we do the Qudwa Hasanah, inshallah, all people will follow us. And that's the key of great education, the success education. Okay, that's all from me. I hope you can get the benefit from my speech. I hope it can be useful for you. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.